And I'm back with more Spirit of Justice. I've played all 3 games. I'm getting weirded out now. But yes, Spirit of Justice. Done a couple of episodes into that. And now it's time to keep going. So let's see what happens after Rafe has been taken away. Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying in this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Maybe now we can run a real trial. Arguments, Your Majesty. Very well. I accept the challenge. Huh? What's with him? The look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just... it's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him in this case instead. What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor! Yes, because that's the thing to focus on. The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, the security guard, point a gun at the accused? Oh. Oh, indeed. Because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation. What? That does sound pretty logical, actually. It doesn't help the accused's situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. I have to agree. Allow me to spell out this truth that the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard had pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. A hand truck for moving heavy treasure was stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that. And after all that hard work to knock down those insides, back into that old familiar corner once more. Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal? I'm drawing a blank. I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold. I asked you a question, defense. I got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. I don't know if Albie's gonna cooperate or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul. Albie! You have to tell me the truth! I can't help you unless you do! Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Oh, why? Won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? I'm sorry. I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me. Would actually believe in me. Would risk his own life for me. I wouldn't even imagined it. Albie. So, that's why I lied. to try and save myself. But I'm not gonna lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm gonna believe in you too. What? Allow me. Allow me to explain! Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of this. To be honest, I went to the treasure room lots of times to look at the box. Even though the temple told you you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it. Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Rold even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful. The way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself. Wait, it glows in the dark? That's right. It's covered in this special material called fluorinite, which makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did? If only I applied so much passion to telling me the truth earlier. Hey, I got a glow-in-the-dark box. On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again, when I ran into Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs. So those were not the treasure room stairs in the seance vision? No. They were in the Great Stairs that connect the hallway. Makes sense. Vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs. All of a sudden, he drew his gun and threatened me. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had his scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then, the power went out. So I took the chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in his eyes. It must have been when I dropped the notice scroll. This means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with the body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him in the stairs? What is it? I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell you all this before. I didn't think anyone would believe me. A grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were a thief. Or whatever it said, I went too fast.
Objection!
It's possible the victim simply misread the situation. Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had a good reason to be suspicious of the accused. Why does every new piece of information seem to be so incriminating? Shadow, what do I do, Shadow? And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed the treasure had been stolen. And then just after that, he ran into the accused, Alwi Urgaid. No! That's not what happened! Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused. It's... What now? Oh! Oh, it's a doggo! Hey, Shadow, calm down, boy! Well, what do we have here? I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow. Or Shadow. I'm gonna go Shadow. It's a little more with the thing. It works better. You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what was making his bag move? Can't you quiet your yappy mutt? Shadow says that Roll made a mistake. You can understand him? Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense. First a parrot, now an orca, now a dog. I beg your pardon? You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you? Of course not. This time, anyway. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your assessment of your assessing of your sanity for a second. Words! I think I'd better reassess my strategy and fast. I have to show something that somebody else could have God damn it, words! Somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim and we're sunk. Well, it's true the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died. It doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at the time. If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready. Exactly! I mean, who but the accused standing front and center could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture. Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think of something. Where else could the victim have struck from? Well, gee, probably behind him. Let me just make sure. Behind the R. A little bit to the bottom left. Opposite the A. Yeah.
Take that!
Wow, this is so easy. With the defendant standing in the front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good, now at least have some breathing room. But who do you suppose it could have been? The true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder. The true culprit? And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go with that. Should have known he would have asked that. Alright, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom on the other end of the hallway. You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it. You have nothing but baseless conjecture. I'm gonna look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom? I don't know. Also, take note of Shadow. He changes his expressions to match whatever Albie is doing. It's cute. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see both ends of the hallway. Let me see. Swing and a miss. Look, Shadow says that someone was there. Let me see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony's inadmissible. I think this is a joke. Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see the other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been in there. Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink. What are you talking about? Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in the hallway at the time of the incident. How can you continue to make that assertion? Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness. What? Your Majesty, prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand. Calling an eyewitness, huh? It's been decades since that happened. And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved. That was a low blow. You made him angry. Very well, I'll allow it. Now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand. Also, I forget how I'm supposed to pronounce this guy's name, so I'll do my best. I know what the naming convention is, and... Oh, hey, it's Mr. Van Driesen if he was an Indian hippie. Because that's essentially what he is. He's the Beavis and Butthead teacher as a guitarist hippie. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Pees'lubn Andistan'dhin's the name. I'm like Temple's head monk, you dig? Oh, if it isn't Instructor Andistan'dhin. Of course I'm gonna keep doing that. It's gonna be weird saying his name all the time. You're the eyewitness? Instructor? Not only is Miss Andistan'dhin Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Damalon expert. Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Damalon? Check it! Here she is, my sweet serenader, my one and only. It's groovy, right? But you've heard our sultry sounds once before, brother. Am I gonna have to sing this bit? Oh. No, these are the words to the Dance of Devotion. That's a song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. The Song of Ceremony. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? Song of Ceremony? The song was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother, may the righteous sounds of my Damalon serve as my offering to you. I haven't had to voice somebody so just low-key for a while. And kind of breathy, too. Wonderful. Great performance, as always. This is my thing, you know. My bag. I make instruments speak, baby. And of course, I think his look is a little more, like, you would think he'd be, like, a little gruffer because he's pretty fucking tall, but... By the by, Magistrate Pops. No Damalon class today? No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime thanks to the lawyer over there. The class the judge wanted to attend was a Damalon lesson? Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer, man. Besides, I'm gonna have to change his voice anyway later, you'll see. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Andistan'dhin. That's a way to say it, I guess. As a treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. Yeah, man. That was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe's one of your duties? That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. And I keep it on me at all times, you dig? But that sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man. So that's the key to the treasure box? You know it, baby! It's called the Magatama key. It's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at Temple. Magatama. I'm actually kind of getting into this dude's voice the more I'm doing it. I love it. Same thing with Blackwell. It's like when I know that I like something, I like doing it. Magatama key, huh? And now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face Her Holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far-out ones? Mr. Andistan'dhin, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room, correct? You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor. I keep saying transgressor, like Fran Drescher. Yeah! But anyway, would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the I did it again! Transgressor, man? Yeah, of course I'll do all I can. In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to sing naught but the truth. I swear to bring. Hit me! I used to play guitar, so this is the kind of cool in a way, like clavier, but and Darien, but you know, it's not quite. It's the closest thing probably to a sitar that I've probably seen in these games. After the morning dance of devotion, to go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Don't you know my chamber's on the way? To the temple's treasure room, hey! Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear if anyone in the treasure room goes near. Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one. Before the blackout, none other than Roll. Only Albie to the treasure room did he roll, did he stroll. It's really tough because they kept cutting it, and it was tough to get a gauge for that. Anyway, tell me I was hallucinating just now. No, I'll take this over rapping like I did with frickin' rhymes. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? It's harsh, man. Oh god, I'm reminded of who I'm reminding myself of every time. Oh god. The fucking guy's neighbor in Office Space. That's what I'm reminded of every time I'm talking to him. Obviously just that dude. The dude who goes two chicks at the same time. Oh god, now I'm gonna be thinking of that dude every time I'm talking. I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, were you not? What? You found the body as well? Really is a key witness, then. That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. Circuit box is near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job, you feel me? The breaker is on the first floor hallway in front of the storeroom. On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man. Really harshed my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung to the treasure room to see what's what. And it was like, whoa, man. There's poor Roll, dead as a doornail. In the interval between the end of the dance of devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Andistan'dhin's unassailable account is what led to the accused's arrest. Hold it! Isn't it possible the murder took place before the end of the dance of devotion? Sorry, I just had some chicken nuggets. I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance. He was? Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo of the morning's dance of devotion taken by a tourist. My, what graceful dancing. I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Andistan'dhin's Damalon now. He's right, there's Mr. Roll on duty. There's Mr. Roll on duty. Never underestimate the incredible pain. So in addition to Rafa's insights, he had backup evidence lined up too. Let's see, fourth statement and a testimony, okay? As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids. Like family. Can you dig it? I should have taught Albie better, man. Before Her Holiness, the Holy Mother. Oh, Albie, confess your sins, my young brother. Head monk Andistan'dhin, I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak, like a wet paper bag. Aren't you feeling me? Spare the rod, hey baby. Spoil the child, not maybe. That one I got right. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first. Defense, please begin your cross-examination. So press the fourth statement. Ooh, that's all fancy. Ooh, fancy. How could you tell it was Albie just from the sound of footsteps? Albie's practically family, man. Smooth groove of his shoes is easy to pick out. But how did you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw him with my own two eyes. You saw him? In the treasure room, this you can believe. My peepers peep, the sneaky sneak I'll be. I'm getting into it, I don't know about you guys. I don't care if it's bad or not. Please tell us where this is where you stood when the accused. Yeah, if you would. I couldn't do it in Payne's voice, I'm sorry. When I heard footsteps, I looked out the window. From my window, I can see the window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard, you dig? And through that window, I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Should I have him add it to his testimony? Yeah. Could you please add that statement to your testimony? You got it, brother. Alright, add testimony notice.
Objection!
There's something off about that, Mr. Andistan'dhin. My music's off. Sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't top in the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz soul? No, mine is heavy metal and Vocaloid music, but whatever. There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness. Something that's just not right with your eyes. Mr. Andistan'dhin, you've been lying to this court. Now, why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I sing. Lying, y'all. Lying ain't my thing. God damn it! I don't have any lead time, and I'm kind of making some of these work. I contend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Andistan'dhin? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? In this notice, the following instructions to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix? I didn't pull it when Mr. Rhymes said the what you talking about. He fucking pulls it in this thing? Wow. I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone from the treasure room through those shutters. Yeah! I broke a string! Looks like you didn't get the memo. No way! I don't believe it. I don't believe it, man. You don't believe it? Why don't you read the notice for yourself? Let's see. Something, something will, something for, something, something. Wasn't there a Nirvana song called Something in the Way? Is that your idea of reading? Something in the way. Yeah, I'm not so hot at reading Chinese, man. I usually get one of the other monks to read that stuff for me, you know? Doesn't that just make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago. It's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who's only been here 6 months become head monk of a temple? How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent of Kurainism for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country. Or was it the fact there are no lawyers here that spoke to you, huh? Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness teachings are speaking to me, too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Now, drink from this bottle. It's fresh. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Kurainism, but could Andistan'dhin have an ulterior motive for becoming a believer too? Mr. Andistan'dhin, are you really in your chamber as you claim? What? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now? According to his testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else? Well, do you have a theory, defense? Do you know where Mr. Andistan'dhin was, if not for his chamber? If he wasn't in his room, then... If Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room, there's only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? The defense proposes the only place he could have seen Albie go down the hall. Probably in the storeroom would be my guess. Okay, notice in the statement, highlight where the area at the breaker. Okay, that's what I figured.
Take that!
There? But you just suggested earlier that's where the true culprit could have been. True, but no matter how I look at it, this is the only place Andistan'dhin could have been. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Andistan'dhin of being the true culprit? Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer. Here comes the change. It won't be nearly as drastic as Professor means, but...
Objection!
How dare you be so disrespectful? First you criticize her benevolence's insights, now you accuse the head monk of murder?
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room. That's nothing but groundless conjecture! And there's one more thing. You remember what was said in the opening argument? Yea, opening argument. During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. That's right, and what of it? Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get the treasure. You joshing me, man? You joshing me, man? That not cool, bro. The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in than you want to steal the treasure? You can't possibly be serious. Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Andistan'dhin's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? Witness hasn't been truthful about his testimony, so clearly he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother not but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. This is ridiculous. Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake. Uh-oh. Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man. Huh? What was that, Mr. Andistan'dhin? Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody gets away with that. I kind of want to go James Hetfield and have him go, yeah, every time he speaks, but I'm not gonna. Here we go. What on earth? That music, it's making my ears bleed. It's making me happy as shit. Where did he find time to put those? Yeah! This is the music of my soul! Death to the lawyer! I'm the Twilight Messenger! Can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell! He's dripping with lies, running with Philistines. I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotine! And for now, something completely different. That plickety-plunk music just wouldn't express my rage! Your rage, huh? Isn't that the real source of your anger, having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise, I'll just have to use my partner here on you! I'm the one making noise. Hey! So you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do you? Fine! Let's see you try. Oh, here we go. I am a metal guy. I am okay with this plan. I may not do it justice, but I love this shit. But we'll get to more of it in the next episode. The true face of Andistan'dhin is me doing metal. I'll probably listen to some Motorhead or something on my break. Just get me in the mood. Like I need any help with that. So let's go.